Greetings, everybody. Amar here, and I'm just gonna make some changes to my selections at the last minute. We'll see if it's gonna be a good idea or a bad idea. But right now, it looks like I'm going back to the numbers that I liked on October 9th. All right. Now, one of the reasons for that is because, the 4-2-4 pattern here is very good symmetry, and you have this adjacent trend here, and you have the 7-7 bottom. So I got the 1-2 here, which I like, and then this 8 is still a flag. 4-6 is the upstroke, but the 9 is very interesting because it seems to have just came out as being a perfect bottom. Right now it's 21, 21. So the previous numbers that I liked was the 20, 29, and 38. So not to say that those are bad. And the chances of having all four numbers come out low are actually not very good. But I'm hoping to maybe get just three numbers here, where you have a neighboring pair here, and you get one here. You have a neighboring pair here, and you get one here. I'm not really expecting, that much with one line. But to cover the high numbers, the numbers have been trending high, it appears. Anyway, you can see here, you had 68 and 67, and then 66. So actually, I put the 60 as a question mark, 52 as an upstroke and a flag, question mark, 47 was, I'm not sure exactly why at this moment. But I'm going to go with the repeat of the 69 and see what happens. The numbers have been trending high, so the low numbers have not been having a good chance for me to hit a jackpot. But this last minute switch, we'll see. I mean, that would have to be that I had picked the right number in one line with this 2, 8, 20, 29, 38, and that would have to be really super bad luck if it was to come out, and I changed it. These question marks, I had looked in and I pulled out 4B, and I had just was reading the 4B in the program. You read it from left to right. So this is from right to left. That's what this arrow means. It's a reminder for me to read it from right to left. This is the current skip here, skip 0. This is the current skip. I duplicated that here, the 0. So these two are the same. This is the number. This is the hits again, which is plus or minus the average for this particular odds game. So the 1 is 11 over average, the 5 is 2 below average. I made a count of the hits in the game so far. So the 1, reading from counting these cells here, 16 hits, so it's the best number, one of the best numbers. And then you have all the way here, you can see like the number 50 is really one of the worst numbers. It's only got 2 hits. You count here, and this is the maximum skip for any particular number. So for the number 50, the maximum skip so far has been 25, and that's over here. And for the for the 50, maximum skip has been 64. So the way I usually just read this is I read these, I scan these really quick from right to left. Alright, so I look at the previous skip and the current skip. So it's just 21, 21. And then I scan the remaining skips to see if anything jumps out. So the 9 is a 21, 21, so I kept that. The 14 here is 8, 16. So 16 is double of 8. So that's like a cascade out. So I put that in. The next number is a 22. The skip is 1, 2. Now I put that in because at the beginning of the game you had a 1, 2, 1, 2 here. So I thought that was just an interesting thing, that interesting pattern. Here is 49.9. Okay, I added the 23 with the 49.9 skip because there's been a lot of skips at 8 and 9. This is an intermediate skip, which I classify because it's in between. It's intermediate between the flag and the first dormant skip, which is 10 games. So you have a big trend here with that. You see the 24 is 37.1. I think I just put that as a trend reversal. And yeah, off of 4 cold periods, because you have 1, 2, 3, 4 cold periods. And let's see, next one was number 28, 17.3. I think I added that just because the 28 has been having hot streaks. You can see it had a hot streak here, had a small hot streak here. So it's trending for hot streaks. So that's why I marked that. The 29 pattern is 8-4. So the 4 is actually half of the 8. So it's the opposite of the cascade. It's a reverse cascade. So sometimes the reverse cascades are interesting at those points where one skip is half of the other or double of the other. Next number is a 32. Again, it's been in a streak. After this cold period of 18, it started hitting reverse 7, 5, 3, where you had all the skips decreasing, and you had 4, 1, 2, 3. So it's a hot and hitting pattern here. So I put that. 36, 44, 42 bottom. So that's why that's marked. 39, 2, 2, right? Another bottom or symmetry. And then the 47, 13, 17. I marked this one, 47, because the maximum skip so far of the number 47 has been 18. So you're approaching that maximum skip of 18, right? So if it's going to stay within symmetry for the game so far, hopefully it'll hit around a bottom of the 18, which would be on the upside 19 games. So that gives 2 games for the 47 to hopefully come in. Alright, 52 is marked just because it's a classic upstroke in a flag formation with the 1-5 pattern. And then the number 60 is 18-2 pattern, which is a trend reversal. And what popped out in on the chart is that you have a 2 here and a 2 here. So there's 2 2s. And then the last number was the 69, which I decided to play. Okay, it had repeated over here after the 1 game skip. I mean, after beginning of the game, 1 game in, it hit and then it repeated. And then 75, 18, 2, 0. So I'm looking for the reversal to continue to the limit of 0. 75, 18, 2, 0. The other number that was interesting actually was the adjacent here of this, the 68. Well, I'm sorry, no, because that's a current skip of 8. I thought it was a current skip of 2. But these have a bunch of skip 2s, which are interesting. So these red selections here that I picked, I did mark on, where is it? Over here. I marked those with these question marks. Okay. 69 I picked. 60, 52, 47. I believe I marked them all. Those are all the question marks that correspond to the red on the other chart. And then I put these stars in black. These are black fill because it signifies that I took them out. Right? I guess I could have just left them red, but I just wanted to just make it clear that I switched these numbers. Technically, you don't have to switch them, right? They're still decent patterns. It's not like I'm saying I see something that I know, for sure that it's going to come out this and these aren't going to come out, because this is still the trend reversal or quick return, and it's still decreasing. 32, 11, 2. There are no adjacents here. That was one of the reasons also why I was kind of leaning away from them. This was adjacent. The only one I think I had adjacent left was nothing really. So nothing was adjacent. So that was actually one of the reasons for leading out. But four numbers here low would have to be super lucky. It's probably not going to happen. Like I said, I'm just hoping for the neighboring pair in one or a neighboring pair in one, and then getting the repeat. And that would be, if lucky four numbers. And the Mega Ball, I'm a little torn. I made this chart here. So here I exported it from gold, and on this side I cut it out. So this is basically like a mirror image of each other. Alright, where here you read it from left to right. So you read it 25, 4, 12, 8, and I just noticed that there's no 25 here. I wonder if I deleted it by accident, or maybe I copied it wrong. So we'll go to the number 2 and see it's a mirror image. So read it from left to right is 14, 45, 12, and here is 14, 45, 12. So I took all of the Mega Ball hits in the last 60 games, and this is the graph where these are the numbers that hit, and this is the graph. So I'm looking for an upward Mega Ball move here. I've been playing the 17. I was playing it for my uncle's birthday. It has passed. I'm also considering the 12 now. So this red arrow represents the 12, and this red arrow represents the 17. I'm expecting a Mega Ball move on the upside, just because here it went down, here it went up, and then it went down. So I'm just guessing it's going to go up. And the pattern of the 17 is interesting because it's a 4, 8. So you're going on an upstroke here from 4 to 8. And so I was looking, I highlighted all the 8 skips to see if anything, if that was a normal pattern. Here's an 8. So here was a 12, 8. This was 8 games after in. This was 9 games in. This was 11, 8. And here's a 4, 8. So you have the up here. So that's interesting. Another 8. This was a 28. That was a down. This was a 0, 8, which is a up. So it's really torn, right? If I had more funds, I would play the 12. I would play the 12 and the 17, but I'm just gonna go one game, and I think I'll stick with the 17. See what happens. And so 17, that was my first selection, and then 12 is the second selection, and that's about it. So hopefully one of these neighboring pairs will come in, and yep. So if you like, hit the button, subscribe. Any questions in the comments, and good luck everybody. Happy number hunting.